The simple thing is just this: hot water, a little bit of honey, little bit of turmeric. The Harvard University, they're conducting a research on how the yoga practitioners, are they surviving better? It'll boost the immune system, but at the same time, it's like a gauge. So those of you who are looking for a magic wand way out of the virus situation, there is no magic wand. Very conscientious, responsible steps are needed. Once we relax the lockdown, anybody's guess, till now most of us been protected by isolating ourselves. Now when we have to step out, this is when the real challenge happens. This is when really how responsible and sensible we are matters. After the lockdown is over, when the economic process begins, the best thing you can do is how to enhance the immunity in your system. We can give you a protocol how to maintain this. One thing is strict maintenance of social distancing. This must become your religion. Okay? That is if you're religious, I'm saying. Otherwise, this must become your sadhana. So before you go for your morning sadhana, you must take 8 to 12 leaves and put it in your mouth, chew it and keep it in your mouth. It's very important it's in your mouth. It's most effective when it's in your mouth region. So you must keep it in your mouth, chew it for 1 to 2 hours, let it be there, don't wash it up, don't drink it down, let it just be there in the mouth, do your sadhana with that. Turmeric balls every day mixing up, you consume this in the morning and leave it in the stomach before you eat anything, at least for 1 hour. Another thing is, this is the amla season, that is the nallikai for Kannada people, the bettad nallikai. So right now the season is on, not those huge, golf ball kind of amla, that is all hybrid amla, that is also okay if you don't find anything else. But otherwise, what grows in the hills is only this size. You just smash one amla and put a little salt on it and just chew it. You must keep it in your mouth and it's most effective once again in your mouth. It must be just in your mouth for 1 or 2 hours. These simple things will greatly enhance your immune system. So there are many traditional things which we can do to, boost our immunity. The last 39 years that I'm in this public life, almost every day I have some public event, some event which I am committed to large groups of people. But in these 39 years, in all this travel, I have not cancelled a single event because I am not well. The simple thing that we do when we see that we are exposed to infections when we are traveling, if we see there are viral infections or influenza going on, all these years of my visits to United States, I don't catch influenza when it's running rampantly all over. The simple thing is just this: hot water, a little bit of honey, little bit of turmeric, and if it is possible, some pudina or coriander in it a little bit. Right now, this is what we are doing to all the police personnel and the medical personnel in our region. We are providing them what is called as Nilavembu Kashayam, which works very well. We did this across Tamil Nadu when the dengue fever was on, it made a big difference. Instead of drinking just plain water, if they just drink this as a part of their thing, I think it will definitely help. It has helped me. I'm just telling you grandmother stuff, not medical stuff, okay? But it's worked. It worked for my grandmother, it worked for me. The only way is to enhance our immune system, the only way is to behave socially in a responsible manner. This is the way forward, and it's a new world, at least for the next 1 or 2 years. It is going to be a different world than what we have lived in. Right now, many things are being done. One aspect is the Harvard University, in collaboration with the Beth Israel Hospital, medical center in United States, together they're conducting a research on how the yoga practitioners, people who have been doing some yogic practices, how do they respond to a virus like this? What is their resilience? Are they surviving better? I'm 100% sure they're surviving better, but we need, medical evidence for this, but I'm 100% sure because I have not heard of a single case of any of our meditators dying. Some of them have lost their parents, aged relatives, but not meditators, related. So, yoga doesn't come through blood. You gotta do it. That's the only problem with the damn thing. It works miraculously, but you have to do it. Yoga yoga yogeshwaraya bhuta bhuta bhuteshwaraya kala kala kaleshwaraya shiva shiva sarveshwaraya shambho shambho mahadevaya. So, what we're doing, this simple mantra, you must understand, what we are calling as a mantra is just a certain geometry of sounds. If properly uttered, this mantra is particularly designed to generate what is called as samat prana. There are 5 dimensions of pranavayu in the system. Samat prana is that which is in charge of respiratory process and the thought process, and it generates heat. Well, the pranavayu is fundamentally in charge of respiration and thought process, but without the fire of samat prana, pranavayu cannot function. So this is why any kind of kriya or pranayam that you do, first thing is to generate some heat, because without generating the ushna, the other dimensions cannot really fly. So, one thing is to generate heat because this will also greatly enhance one's immune system. Let us not think that now I am doing my kriya so I can go out irresponsibly, no. I never said your kriya or your mantra is a solution for corona. It is not. It strengthens your system. Well, building up immunity is not going to happen overnight, this we must. I would say, in 4 to 8 weeks, one can see significant betterment of one's immune system. So, this package of the mantra and the Isha Kriya, which will bring balance to your system, let us make use of it for our well-being. In the yogic sciences, there are various things one can do to enhance one's immune system. In terms of practices, we have put out a simple, powerful process called Simha Kriya. This is a kind of process. One thing is it'll boost the immune system. Another thing is it involves your breath in a certain way. Suppose you start doing it today, after a week's time, if you find some difficulty in doing it, you clearly know you have some respiratory stuff, even before other symptoms show up. Even before other symptoms with which you normally medically recognize, even before that you will see you will not be able to do the practice the moment there is some kind of a respiratory cause. This viral being, being a very respiratory related thing, it'll be very useful if you're doing the practice every day, twice a day, it'll boost the immune system, but at the same time, it's like a gauge. If you suddenly can't do it one day, you know there is something wrong with your function of your respiratory system. Most people develop relationship with the soil only after they die. But it's very important to develop relationship with the soil when you're alive. I would say especially now, with this virus around, believe me, those of you who are in some way in contact with the soil, here we call this Prithvi Prema Seva, that means getting involved with the soil in a very loving manner. Well, your ability to live, your ability to resist these kind of invasions upon your life will be greatly enhanced. It's not just enough if you live, it's important that you live strong. Living strong does not mean you grow big muscles and dominate somebody. Living strong means here life happens big. For this, you need a body which treats the entire planet as its extension, which it is. So, it's very important that you bring this, all of you who are here at the Isha Yoga Center, we will set up some processes for you so that every one of you, at least once in 3 days, your hands and feet are in the soil. Very important. And wherever else you are, if you have a small patch of a garden, or you can volunteer that you will work in somebody else's garden. Believe me, yes, they will get free labor, but don't think they are getting more, you're getting much more because you being connected with the soil will make a phenomenal difference for the way your physical body functions. Put your hands into the soil, very important. Otherwise, those of you who are too well-to-do but don't want to be seen doing any work because it may create a wrong image for your affluence, you can have a mud butt. Yes, that is also one way. This will do wonders for you. So if you maintain these protocols, very easily you can enhance your immune system because ultimately that's the only way you have. When you become 18, you become always against marriage. But when you were 3 years of age, you were for marriage, your parents' marriage. So it is for you to consider whether you want to live a life where emotionally you're always looking out for somebody, or you settle it in a certain way so that you can use your intelligence and time to create something else.
I had this belief, or in fact maybe I was made to believe this whole concept of one life, one partner. But now when I see or observe, the whole monogamous relationships do not seem to be existing anymore. The whole idea of it is gone. What do you think about it?
Oh, it's not gone, maybe in JNU it's gone. In the rest of the world, it's not really gone. Even if you go to United States where there seems to be so much promiscuity, even there, when people marry, they believe it's for life. But of course, 2 years later, life gets over. That's another matter, but when they get married, they believe it's for life. That's why they invest in the diamonds. They think it's a lifetime investment. They're putting on that, but unfortunately, for all kinds of things, relationships go wrong. And one reason they go wrong so easily is because people are meeting much later in their life. See, when people met much younger, when their personalities were not concretized, they met early, 17, 18, then two people became like one person very easily. Now they're meeting at 30. Now both are concretized, two concrete blocks. But I'm seeing young people, if they marry, they hang on. If people marry over 50 years of age, they hang on because they have again softened up, concretized again. between 30 and 50, it's a bit of a concrete block, strong persona. Now, friction happens. Well, if they're wise, they will find something beyond. Well, monogamy and polygamy or whatever kind of gamy, if you want to see, the important thing we need to understand is, we are all here. You and me are here. This means a man and woman came together sometime ago. Maybe you think their parents, they don't love, they don't do sex, they don't do anything. Just because a priest uttered a mantra, you were born, probably. No, it's not like that. Somebody had a physical need, so they handle it through marriage, and we are here. When you become 18, you become always against marriage. But when you were 3 years of age, you were for marriage, your parents' marriage. When you were 3 years of age, were you not glad your parents had a stable marriage? Hello? When you're 18, you think of free sex and no marriage and everything. But once again, if you become 50, 55, then you will look for a relationship that lasts. So it is for you to consider, because it's your life, to consider whether you want to live a life where emotionally you're always looking out for somebody, or you settle it in a certain way so that you can use your intelligence and time to create something else. Your research, your work or whatever you're doing, if emotions and body are settled, actually, your ability to use your intelligence will be much better. Otherwise, every day you have to walk around to find somebody. No, I'm not making this thing because I feel so bad in United States. People I know, that thousands of people are involved with me now. People over 40, 45 years of age, women, I'm saying, wonderful people. But they are all on this… these days they've all gone online, otherwise they go sit in a bar and wait. Somebody needs to pick them up today. It's terrible.
Tinder generation.
I'm sorry?
Tinder generation.
Whatever you want to call it. When a woman at 45 should have been loved and respected in a proper atmosphere, now she's sitting there looking for some strange guy to come her way and she's going to make the judgment in the next 10 minutes when he buys her a drink or a dinner or something. This is tragic. This doesn't mean everybody will go that way, but you must think of the larger well-being. Before you break a social structure, you must think whether we can replace it with a better structure. At any point in our life, let everybody understand this, whether it's a social structure or a political structure or a psychological setup in the society, whatever, before we break it, we must think through whether we have a better alternative system. Without an alternative system, if you break the existing damn thing that's working reasonably well, then it'll go crazy.
How can you achieve or be more than the one?
If you have to enter a dimension beyond the physical, a perception beyond the five senses have to be opened up. These five sense organs open up in you. The moment you crawl out of your mother's womb, five senses open up because they're needed for survival. If you did not have them, you would not know how to survive. Survival process opens up for you naturally. Suppose as a little infant you were lost in the jungle. If something edible came in front of you, would you take it and shove it into your ears? Or into your nostrils? You would definitely know where to put it, isn't it? Nobody taught you. Nobody need to instruct you, this is the way to eat, but it'll go right here, isn't it so? So things that are necessary for your survival, it does not need any training, it does not need any striving from your end. It's inbuilt. But would you know how to read, how to write, how to do so many things that you're naturally doing today? No, because all these things need striving. You know the damn A, do you remember the damn A? Those 3 lines? When you are 3.5 years of age, they try to make you write it, the damn A. How complicated it looked. Yes or no? Even now, there's an adult who never was taught how to read and write. In some village, you try to teach him that damn how he struggles even today as a grown-up adult. Because anything beyond survival will not enter your life unless you strive for it. But what is needed for survival opens up without any striving. So, if a dimension beyond the physical has to enter your living experience, a little striving is needed. But because it's in a completely different direction, all your sense organs are outward bound. Please see this. You can see what's around you. You can't roll your eyeballs inward and scan yourself. You can hear that. So much activity in this body. Can you hear that? No? Even if an ant crawls upon this hand, you can feel it. So much blood flowing. Can you feel it? In the very nature of things, sense organs are outward bound. But everything that you experience happens within you. Right now, a simple question. Do all of you see me at least? Am I visible to… because sometimes I'm invisible, you know. Today am I visible? Today am I visible? Please use your hands and show me where am I? You got it totally wrong. You know, I'm a mystic. Now, this light is falling upon me, reflecting, going through your lenses, inverted image in the retina. Don't you know the whole story? So where do you see me? Where am I right now? Within you. Where do you hear me? Within you. Where have you seen the whole world? Within you, isn't it? Have you ever experienced anything outside of you? Have you? Have you? Right now, you just touch your friend and see, you don't feel his hand. You will only feel the way your sensations are. You cannot experience his hand, please know this. You can only know the way your sensations are. You have never experienced anything beyond this. Everything that's happened to you, your joy and misery has happened within you, light and darkness has happened within you, just everything happens within you. But do you have a means to look inward? No, right now. So that will not happen unless you strive. It happened one day, someone came looking for Isha Yoga Center in South India, to nearby village. They came and asked a local boy, how far is Isha Yoga Center? The boy said, it's 24,996 miles. What, that far? He said, yes, the way you're going. If you turn around, it's 4 miles. So right now, everything that you have is outward bound, but everything that's happening is happening within. So it gives you a completely false perception of what it is. So turning within will take a little bit of striving. If you're willing to give 28 hours of focused time, we can turn you around.
Look, I have to congratulate you. You made it through a deep, unfiltered video. That takes attention, openness, and courage. So leave your city in the comments, or share a quote that stuck with you. If you feel this could help someone, send it their way. Thank you, Big Hug, and until next time.